Hello, hello, hello. How are you all doing? Sneaks in. It's hard to not. It's hard to sneak in when you advertise it, right? Right? Surely. Loop deck is still being daft. Just update your OBS. But I can't use loop deck, which is a shame. I don't know what you're talking about, use or nothing. I don't know about that. Don't know about that. Kind of looks like I saw something. Not gonna lie. Hello, Chris. I want mouse? What do you mean? What do you mean you want mouse? What does that mean? I typed Angie. There doesn't appear to be an Angie mouse. But it didn't go in. That's because it's been it's been banned at Twitch. No Angie mouse. Angie mouse is not allowed. This explains why I got muted. Why I got muted? What? Me muted? No. Talk to Loop Deck. They've just messed up their software. If it were working, you could get Angie mouse. Since it's not working, can't get Angie mouse. It's loop deck's fault. I actually probably need to figure something out with that, honestly, with the loop deck, generally. Because the software does not appear to have OBS integration anymore, even though it did have OBS integration, so it would be a simple adjustment to make to have it be integrated with OBS. Like, it's doable. They've done it before. It's just annoying. Laptop keyboard, and I touched the cursor box switch, it switched on for some strange reason. Oh, that's weird. That's very weird. But yeah, it annoys me because it's like, why make updates that just make your system worse? You know? I'll continue talking about this till the cows come home. Just like, why would you make an update to your system that objectively makes your technology worse? It baffles me. Also, I can't do Angie Mouse, but you know, that's because it's not an OBS. That's a hotkey. The cows are coming home. I hope so. I bloody hope so. I haven't seen them in many a moon. There have been naught of cows coming home for a very long time. Oh, Angie Mouse. I can do that. Let's not waste any more time, right? Let's do some drawing. Or are they beefing? Nice. Very good. Very good stuff. Holding it on the cover because we actually have, finally we have a cover. Oh, that's too loud for me. Let me turn that down for me. We finally have a cover for chapter 4, and I love it. Very happy with it. Oh wait, no, I'm gonna do Grubbo style for warm-ups now, aren't I? Crinkle solid. Are they beefing? Fantastic. Oh yeah, it is orange. Yeah, it's the color I use. Okay. Gotta get the important parts done first. Of course. We know the expression. We can save that for the end. I drew this mouse. I drew myself today anyway, so should be well practiced in this at this point. I know how to draw myself real quick. There we go. Just move it just a little bit more into the center because why the hell is it off to the side? And scrub it up, just... Alright, there we go. Hit me. That's Angry Mouse, right? That's what Angry Mouse looks like. this is a classic case of it. There we go, right? That's familiar. That's nice and familiar now, isn't it? This is the mouse we all know. Angie. He's nice and angry now. The math maybe is a little too neutral. There we go. Nice and angry. We love him. He is a fan favorite. But anger should not be the go-to expression. Surely not. He is funny though. It's a funny little face. Not gonna lie. There we go. Nice and severe. Very severe expression we got here. He turning Super Saiyan. Hold on. There we go. That is maybe a mad edition. There we go. Gotta have that angy face. That classic angy little face. Angy little mouse face. I do appreciate that he's behind me, isn't he? Angry grey mouse can't hurt you. Angry grey mouse. It's over 9,000. Yeah. Just me when I'm not doing art. Angry. Very angry. But yeah. There we go. We got a nice little warm up, nice and out of the way. It's all there, all sorted. I feel nice and warmed up. Oh, ad break. I'm gonna actually take some, have some water while we have that ad break running. So don't do anything cool. I am gonna kind of talk about the cover, just because I want to talk about it. Holy crap! I'm so happy with it. So happy with how it's turned out. And my poster note is currently kind of getting in the way, but I love. I don't know. I just love the dynamic that I have for Ratchet and the Goddess of Death because he's just cool. It's just fun. It's just a fun little like dynamic that they have that will be explored in like for the first time in this chapter. So it's why I've kind of included her. Um and it'll slowly start to make sense like this cover will start to make sense as we actually do the chapter. But I'm just really happy with it. So yeah, I wanted to sit on that for a bit. Sit on that for a mere moment before we move across to what we're actually doing today, which is drawing a tree yet again. However, it's such a this is such a fun kind of. Oh, that's gonna be yeah. There we go. So this is a really. It feels very inconvenient. It's a very inconvenient feeling perspective, I would say, because we're looking up at the tree, so everything progressively gets smaller and smaller as it gets flatter and flatter since we're looking up at it. So as far as perspective goes, it what's it called? Decreases in perceived size exponentially, like really really quickly. If you're looking at something like upwards, it's going to just get smaller really quickly. If you've ever stood at the base of a tower or a tall building and looked up, those kinds of buildings, they go like that. So in terms of perspective, it's it's going to be a bit of a challenge, which I'm curious to work on. But holy crap, am I not eager as well, you know? Because it's going to be mad complicated. Oh, ad break over. Welcome back. Welcome back, gang. You missed out on a bit of me rambling, so you got lucky. Because realistically, actually, it's probably going to have to stop there and basically meet at the point as well. It's complicated. Perspective is freaking weird and complicated, and I hate it, but I also love it when it's done well. And also, I like the idea of including more foreground stuff. So this is that chimney that we saw on that tent. So just adding more stuff into the foreground as well as part of the process of making more visually unique panels, if you know what I mean. More like that, right? More like that, maybe. Don't know what I'm asking, yo, necessarily. It's such a weird perspective that I'm almost kind of on my own on this one. Because it's not exactly like looking directly up as well. It is angled to a certain degree. However, it may as well be looking directly up because we are right beneath it. So certain shapes stop making sense in the way that we have seen them for a lot of it as well. We're looking at this tree from a very different angle, and therefore it's not going to make sense in the same way. And I say that as if I'm some sort of expert, but I'm breaking it, mate. If I add like an obvious underside, then it makes it that bit easier. But I don't. I feel like that's cheating a little bit. I may need the cheat though. Need that. May need that cheat code just a little bit. And yeah, worst case, if I need to use it, I can with impunity. And it's also kind of important I get the right angle on the stone too. You know, just the basis of perspective. It's kind of important I get the right angle on things. Yeah, yeah. That's what makes perspective so complicated, Grey Mouse. Yeah. If we look to this, we got a lot of big old trees. Oh, jeez. Do it like that. I was told that, I mean, from the last raid, I was told that my style looks very much, very similar to Adventure Time, which is not a comparison I had heard recently, but I really liked actually. I think inadvertently that's exactly what I wanted, aiming for the Breath of the Wild kind of style, and then the fact that Adventure Time is very similar to that kind of style, that light-hearted, colorful, like joyful. It was a very, very kind thing, and a very nice thing to hear as well. And then we got a bunch of cobwebs. That's okay. We're not drawing them in this layer, so kind of don't need to worry about them. Don't know why I'm turning my head this way. My head is tilted at an angle. I can actually wheel the entire canvas. I need not turn my head ever. I don't need to turn my head ever again. Can remain permanently de-swiveled forever. And we want to get that. We want to get some like branch sort of angles in. Branch angles. You know what I mean? We want to get some good angles on on the branches and things like that, which help just reinforce that the tree is up. You know what I mean? I'm almost kind of like trying to talk it through so that I continue to remember what I'm doing, if that makes sense. because I think if I stop saying, "Oh, I need to make it look like we're beneath the tree," then I'm gonna be like, "I'm gonna branching out with our angles." Got it? Exactly, exactly. We're branching out. Um, I'll forget. I'll forget, and then I'll be like, "Oh, I'm gonna draw a penguin." I'm gonna draw a nice little secret into the this part of the comics, and then people who read it back a year on from when it's all fully released, they'll be like, "Oh, Grey Mouse knew what he was doing." What? Why are you pointing a gun at me? Huh? What I do? What I do wrong? Then I can kind of just occlude this in shadow because, fuck it. You said you wanted a penguin. You got a good point. And that's what I'm saying. Like, if I'm locked into a drawing, I forget what I said like one sentence ago. Drawing a penguin. Better watch out, Gray. Arnie might get you. Arnie can bring it. I think Arnie's like what, 4 foot tall? Arnie can't stop me. Arnie probably could stop me. What am I saying? What am I saying? Arnie could and has beaten me up before. With words. With cruel, cruel words. I'm way to tattle on Grey. Don't. Well, actually, if you bring Arnie here, I would be very impressed. Arnie's very hard to catch. Hello, Silent. Very hard to catch these days. A very busy, talented artist, so I doubt we're gonna get Arnie time any time soon. Haha. I don't know why I laughed like that. Felt needlessly antagonistic. I got 7.5k tokens. You better be ready for a tarot reading? Of course, always. Not actually, my phone's over there. I can just pull it over here. But like, genuinely speaking, I am actually getting a lot better at knowing the tarot off by heart at this point as well, which is a really nice side effect of making the tarot. You just gotta beg at an artist store for attention and they'll give it to you. That's true. That's true. Arnie's a little harder to get to, I'll admit. Arnie used to be easy to get to because we lived in the same city for a while. Not so much anymore. So, yeah. Just scratch at the door and whine. I've done that too many times. It'd be embarrassing. Done that way too many times. Arnie would know it was me. And immediately call the relevant authorities. They'd be like, Grey Mouse is back. And Arnie'd be like, yep. And I'm like, no. And then cut it away. Spend the night in the paddy wagon. Oh, a new method. Okay. Yes, gotta try something new. I haven't tried climbing down the chimney. That's because I fear heights. Despite having bouldered and done rock climbing for a while. And then you gotta ask if they will draw you a thing while they ignore your questions on how much it costs. Yeah, I love that. I love that kind of a working relationship with other artists. Yeah, when um they just will draw you stuff and you don't have to pay. I love that. Because who has the money to pay for commissions? Only rich people, rich, classy beings. Bake yourself into a cake and send the cake to Arnie's house. I feel like baking myself into a cake is going to lead to a terrible accident. So, yeah, I'm in. Let's do it. Let's make it happen. Bake myself into a cake. I mean, it's not a bad idea. Could get one of those novelty fake cakes that I could hide inside. It's a new idea as well. To be fair, we did say new ideas, so that is definitely a new idea. So I don't want to discredit that. Don't want to discredit that. You definitely brought up a new idea. Definitely new. Please let me pay you, artist Coon. The artist ignores your pleas while they be creative. Yeah, I mean, it happens more often than you think. You shouldn't, you should insist in that sense. But if it is creatives supporting other creatives, a lot of the time, and it's something that I do quite often, is that I will, if there's something I've wanted to make for a while and it's for another creative, I will just make it and give it to them. Um, and and like we don't use this as a reasoning necessarily because like you always pay your artists if you're getting commissions and stuff like that. But if I'm making something for someone else, then hey, I don't want money for it. That feels weird to me. If I'm making something that I expressly wanted to make, I've made plenty of fan arts for other artists and other artists' work. And I oftentimes, like Harry Potter in the first Harry Potter movie, or like Hagrid in the first Harry Potter movie, or Dumbledore, I guess, I just dump it at their door and leave. And then they can kind of try and argue with me about payment later, and I tell them to go fuck themselves. Sorry, go themselves in a loving way, of course, because I'm not taking money from them. We'll make it a sponge cake so it's nice and comfy. I'll be dead if I'm cooked inside it. Like Sirius sending Harry the broom. Yeah, exactly. I bought my friend art supplies one time and now they won't accept my money at all. Yeah, and that's the kind of thing. It's like if you actually provide a gesture that actually means a lot to them, to an artist, and like you give someone art supplies, it means that you believe in them and you actually are supporting them in ways that money can't compare to. And oftentimes you'll end up receiving back more than you gave in, and it's because people are just nice like that. Gray swore. He swore! He swore! Note to self, buy Grey cheese. I mean, you can. You're welcome to buy me cheese. Good luck getting it here, first of all. But yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah, with that attitude, you will, yeah. I prefer blue cheese. Blue cheese is pretty nice. Blue cheese is lovely. I'm gonna hydrate, because I've not been feeling super well today, so I should probably be drinking water. I got Dr. Pepper Blackberry. Blackberry. Nice. I've never had Dr. Pepper, I'll admit. It's been 5 years. I gotta sneak money and supplies in the new house, in their house at times so that they don't notice. Yeah, at a time. Oh, that's really sweet of you, Silent. That's a lovely gesture. I think that's really lovely. But it's the 01. I've never had Dr. Pepper. I don't even know what the 01 means. I never touched the stuff. I actually don't drink a lot of soft drink. That being, now that I'm talking about it, I don't drink a lot of soft drink anymore. Zero sugar. Ah, that makes sense. That tracks. Ah, yes, 0 sugar. No, I just don't. I just don't drink a lot of soft drink. I mean, I drank a lot of soft drink in Japan. Again, oh, sorry guys, I went to Japan. But they had the Fanta grape, and I was like, ooh, and I had that a lot. But I had much more coffee, but I had a lot of soft drink as well. I didn't know Blackberry made soda. I used to hide money in my best friend's car. That's cute. Unless it was like you were hiding in there and then you would come and pick it up later. Then maybe it's a bit squiffy. Then maybe that's a squiff, not a squiffy thing to do, but like, that's a high gamble. High gamble. I used to use used to hide a garden gnome in my best friend's car. That's fantastic. Silent, I've never respected you more than just then. Finding that out. That is fantastic. I really like that a lot. Kawa. She would give me rides to the city and we'd have platonic dates out, but she never let me pay for gas or anything, so I'd hide money on her. Sorry. Apologies, guys. It did not take long for her to realize it was you. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. That's something that's very easy to put two and two together and realize that, yeah, this person who I've been driving around is probably also the person who is mysteriously putting money in my car. Get comfy. Am I getting comfy? Where's my... okay, so hold on. I can set that up for you. But because Loop Deck doesn't, it has an... What is this one? Is this? It's my hoodie, which is a horrible thing to do to me on a 40-degree day. But thank you for helping me pop on a hoodie. But yeah, because Loop Deck now no longer integrates with OBS, I need to just push that button manually. Hey, presently, how you doing? When you have to reverse pickpocket your friends to give them gas money. Yes, frog, frog, a froggy. Yes, because Corbus, because we had Corbus, so I made a Corbus hoodie. Love the new outfit. Thank you so much, presently. I thought I'd try and shake things up a little bit. We're getting comfy tonight. We're working on some of the comic. You were just getting stuff done, so just gonna get comfy, as comfy as possible. In real life, I have a daikobo, which is like a Japanese lounge jacket, and I love it. It's so good. It's so comfy. I can't wait for winter to strike so then I can actually wear it more often. It's like a padded lounging shirt. I like to keep my steering wheel in Gray's pants because I drive him nuts. Drive him nuts, not drive his nuts. Like, I know what you're doing, but like, grammatically. How do you spell that? Good question. I had a bag. It came in a bag. Um, and it had the name on it. Let me see if I can find. Let me type it out for myself first. See if it actually comes up with what I'm looking for. Oh man, because I've got Western. Hold on, let me find it. It's funny enough for me. um, Japanese lounge jacket, and it's not gonna tell me because, dang it. It goes by like there are a few different names for it. Hayori jacket, things like that. A padded Hayori jacket. So Hayori is the one that's coming up a lot. However, it is a padded one. It's got another name. Hey, yeah, okay. Quilted Hayori jacket is the best one I can kind of come up with. Yeah, I want a Hayori. Yeah, so I have a Hayori jacket. There we go. Blackberries. Curious because I have a kimono kind of thing. Yeah. So I have it's a black and yellow Hayori jacket. So the yellow is like like the collar of my hoodie. Hey, like yellow, and it is fantastic. I wore it on my flight back from Japan, even though it was warm-ish, but it was so nice and so comfortable. So that's kind of it's what I'm planning on wearing anytime I'm home working in winter. Wiki got it and it said kimono, but I'm unsure if that's accurate. I could hold on. I could show because I've drawn a character. So there's a character in the series who wears a Haori. However, it's a very particular character. We can see so this character, if you want to see, because this isn't going to be a spoiler, because this is the cover art. But if you see this character wrapping their arms around Ratchet, this red jacket is a Haori. I want to go back just to make sure I'm not ignoring anyone. I mean, that made more sense than Gray keeps his steering wheel in my pants because he drives me nuts because I'm the one who does the driving in this relationship. Oh, nice. It is a kimono type thing as well. I have a fancy kimono. Oh, Thank you so much for the follow, Courts MCC. And with that, we've hit 300 followers. Holy crap, you are our 300th followers. Courts, sorry, I don't want to necessarily call you out or like put a spotlight on you, but yeah, with that said, we've got a few things that we need to be doing. Let me catch up to chat and then we'll do whoop whoop. Yeah, welcome to the Soup Courts. Um, Congrats on being our 300th member. Because of you, now we've got a recipe coming up in uh, in the community. There will be a free recipe for everyone, and also I now need to do a ASMR track. So yeah, thank you so much for that. Been looking at that goal for a little while, so it's so cool that we've reached it. Now I need to catch up to chat. I have fancy kimono. I want to use to cosplay as Botan from YYH one day. Ooh, it's not her kimono, but it looks like her style. That's cool. That's cool. This thing I have is very big and flows, and it is actually quite heavy. Okay, that's Ratchet. That's Squish Boy. Congrats, thank you. You won something for the community. Yes, through you, everyone wins, in a sense. But welcome as well. How you doing? Are you an artist yourself? If you do not know me, I'm Grey Mouse Inc. I'm a Australian illustrator, currently working on a comic series and talking about haoris and Japanese fashion. But normally we talk about soup, because we are the soup. Our community is known as the soup. Okay, I'm gonna look for a few and cause mischief on Town of Salem. Oh, good luck, good luck. I'm back on my BS and someone has to suffer. Fair enough. You do you. Make someone suffer, but in a nice way, I hope. Um, yeah, so back onto the Haori. So, yeah, this character here, who we can see hugging Ratchet, is wearing a Haori. And it's a Haori that was inspired by the Haori that one of the characters wears in Look Back. If you've seen Look Back, then you will very clearly recognize this particular Haori, and it's just a reference to that. Or not so much a reference, but inspired. I am an artist. I love watching these streams for inspo. Oh, you flatter me. Oh, you. Thank you so much. What kind of art do you do? Are you a you're a pardon me. Are you a digital illustrator? And if so, if you have anything you would like to share, please feel free to share so in the chat. Links are always welcome. If you would like somewhere a little bit more structured, we do also have a Discord, so let me give you the link for that as well, if you would like to join the soup. I thought he was going to say, you dog. Oh, you dog. That's just my casual kind of response to people flattering me. You know, oh, you dog. Thanks, big dog. Structured. Yeah, it's a Discord. It's definitely not more structured. You know what I mean. You dirty dog. No. Court is I don't want to say Court is a lovely dog. You mingle in all mediums, but mostly digital. Nice. Fair enough. Fair enough. That's very respectable. Yeah, well then welcome. You sly ragamuffin. You sly ragamuffin, you got me monologuing. Yeah, well, that's awesome. That's awesome. I would love to see some of your work someday. But also, no rush. I like to kind of. I don't push people to show off their art, but if they are interested in showing it off, then I am keen all the same. You lovable ruffian. It sounded like you were gonna say you were are you a diligent artist? Yes, are you diligent in your art? Because I only acknowledge those who are very diligent. I can't even pretend. I'm the worst for diligency. If it's not the comic, then I get distracted very, very quickly. I know who that is though. I know who that is though, right? Hmm? You contemptuous scoundrel. Yeah. You scoundrel. You finish my emotes pretty quickly. Oh, that's true. Yeah, well, if I'm passionate about the stuff, then I'll do it quickly. And also for people who are curious about commissioning me, if you commission me, I get those works done quickly. If I'm getting paid, then you know I'm getting that done quick. Don't worry about that. But yeah, I'm very easily distracted. The person with Ratchet, I've seen them before. Oh, which one? This one? Or this one? You scrumptious vagabond. Scrumptious. I think the use of the term scrumptious can never be anything but comedic or humorous. I'm gonna be real with you. I think I like that word the most. It's good. It's good. When he gets the dough, it's gonna go. What? Oh yeah, yeah. When he gets the dough, it's gonna go. I like that. The one on top. I love. You know those goth lips. These ones. Ringing a bell. Scrumptious is excellent. Yeah, it's an excellent word, but it is so. You can't use that in a serious conversation. You can't be like. You can't say scrumptious and continue the conversation without some aspect of laughter. Surely. Uh, when Monster Hunter Wilds comes out, I'm gonna name my guy Scrumptious Steve. I love it. Good. Good, because, yeah, you can't. You gotta go with a good name for Monster Hunter. I'm gonna be playing Wilds. I am so keen to actually get into Monster Hunter, and like from the beginning, because I kept joining the Monster Hunter games late because I was curious about them. But then like a year would pass, and then I'd join, and it'd be completely out of like sync with everybody else, and it was rough. It was rough to play when you're new. Not for any particular reason. It's just so much catch up, you know. So I will be playing Wilds, but from the beginning. Oh, get right. Come back to me. Oh, it did come back. That's good. Just had a bit of a dip. Uh, he's going to use Insect Glaive and a big hammer. Love it. Love it. I can straight face it pretty easily. You say that, but you can't continue the conversation with somebody else after using the term scrumptious. Scrumptious straight face. Dude, I got it. I'm going to be playing so much, so feel free to hit me up. I got a few people that I'll be playing with, so I'm very keen to actually do it because it'll be a nice kind of social activity to do with so many people. Because I know, off the top of my head, I know Rathy loves to play it. I know my brother's super into it. I got a few other friends who are also super into it, so I know that, um, I know that I will never be without teammates, which is excellent because I feel like I can't really play it alone. You know, I can. It's their own fault if they start laughing. Yeah, but you can't continue the conversation. No, they won't. The bitrate when I streamed made me want to punch the Wi-Fi. Oh, I get that. I get that. It's just so. It could be so like streaming is tough for that, right? If the bitrate goes down, when I started, I was so like diligent about keeping an eye on the bitrate, and now I'm just like, if it goes down, it goes down. You know. I got a few people to play with. Get fucked, Crow. No, I definitely want to play with you. You're top of my list. I want to do like co-op streams with you, where we play Monster Hunter together. But I also know that I'll be wanting to play with a lot of people as well. So it's like I want to make sure that I delegate enough time for everybody. It's cool. I used to be in a drama class that would always win, and would always win at this weird warm up we did where we would try and make each other laugh. That's always fun. That's a fun game to play. I'll go monster fuck myself. POV guy who's gotta hang out with Cryo. That does sound great. Yeah, it'll be fun. Like, I might, like, by the time Monster Hunter comes out, I might switch the Friday streams to just being Monster Hunter for a while. And then I just play Monster Hunter with my friends. I didn't actually put any other color in that wedge, so I can leave it as it is, which is cool. Everyone add me on Steam and we can crush monsters. Yeah, I can't wait. I am super keen to actually play it. Monster Hunter Monday. That'd be fun. But I do the comic on Mondays. I can't change that out. I can't switch that up. However, Friday would work best for a longer gaming session. That's kind of what I'm thinking, and also because I game on Thursdays and Fridays, so that's my thought process on that. Uh, I wanted the monsters to crush you. Of course you did, Rafe. Considering I'm still at the gym. Oh, that's true. We'll just wait. Just wait for Cryo, and then we can hunt some monsties. Right? There's no bovril. Is no issue. We just do a bit of monster hunting, and then once you get back from the gym, we're like, hey, it's Cryo. Let's play. Let's hunt some more monsters. Yeah. You know? It's okay, I got a heap of people who wanna play with you. Good, good, I'm glad. I'm really happy for you. I'm really happy for you, Crow. That's excellent. Is it worse if I handle it like in a very healthy way? Cryo is Pog, I agree. Never actually played that game, so I wouldn't even know where to start. I don't think these are monsters that you want to smash you. You'll die. I'm fairly certain for the most part. Monster Prom, yeah. I've been playing Monster Hunter side quests. Yeah, just playing other monster themed or titled games to get ready. Maybe that's your goal. Oh dear. No. You want Monster Prom 1 and 2? Yeah. They are monsters who will smash. Yes, that's true. That is a good recommendation for monsters who want to smash. Um, as far as Monster Hunter, there's a bit of crossover, but I don't think you'll wanna um do that. You know, just a bit squiffy. Hot monster people who want to smash, yeah. But it's prom, right? I don't like playing games about high school. That's also fair. I get that. It's also like, from what I remember, Monster Prom has like a very similar game structure to the Yaug, which was a game where you had like a limited number of days to do stuff, and you kind of just viewed from a map and like chose things to do. Which I like the Yaug because it was a game where you prepped for a monster or a creature known as the Yaug to come through town, and you couldn't stop it. Like all you knew was that you couldn't win against it, so you just had to prepare as best you could to face it. And I found that a really compelling game. I found that to be very, very compelling as a story idea, but it was a very simple idea, so it didn't go too far, right? Yeah, but it's prom, right? I don't like playing. Oh, I read that. I don't know. I'm 35 playing games where I try to romance someone in high school gives me the ick. That's fair. That's fair. I think yeah, that's a fair thing to get the ick about. It's not your thing. It's not your thing, right? Oh, got a lot of sweat in my shirt. Icky. Now, we're just filling in shadows right now, so there's not a whole lot to focus on. However, just thinking, what else do I need to add before I add things like moss and cobweb? Before it becomes very, very complicated. You're done at the gym. Hey, nice. Congrats. Gonna head home. Eat a big tub of jam. I'm so tired. That's fair. Gym jam time. Yay. Getting your gym jams. Go to bed. Been here for 3.3.5 hours. Damn. And on a day like today, too, it's boiling. That is mad commitment. But very, very impressive. Should probably eat something, speaking of. Yeah, you should. Imagine being tired. Yeah, lame, am I right? Oh, I've been tired all day. I can't even pretend. I had a coffee just before I started, so it's the only reason I've got energy. Going home, eat a big tub of steak sandwich. Ooh, that actually sounds fantastic. I should probably eat something. Speaking of, it's rainy as heck here. Stop rubbing it in, Rafe. I wish it was raining. My phone keeps telling me it's going to rain, but it's not. It's like 22 in the gym. Okay, that's fantastic. Yawns. Should probably get breakfast. You should, Chris. What are you planning on getting for breakfast? Chest day and pump is juicy. Ooh, I bet. I bet. You know the deal. Tack gym pump tax. Let me touch. let me give it a squeeze. Let me give the gym. No, never mind. Every time I yawn, Chris gets more power. Ooh, that's cool. He said that once in chat, and it's my favorite IRL person law I've stumbled across in years. Yeah, it's a bit fun. Uh, Let's fill out. I feed off of yawns. It's true, my power is through yawns. Interesting power to have. Yawns. Yawns of all things. Fascinating. One day my powers will evolve and I'll be able to feed off of yawns in media too. So you'll just watch compilation of the best yawns in television just to give yourself power, just to accrue. Limitless power. Limitless power. You wouldn't believe the looks I get when I tell someone after they've yawned some guy named Chris is more powerful because of it. Yeah, because without context, that sounds mental. I would believe that they would give you looks because that's probably the most mental thing I would hear all day. You maddo. Every time a book is read, a movie watched, and someone yawns, my power is only increase. Rafe, have you actually said that? Yeah. Is that something you tell people? If so, um, cool. No judgment. Actually, little judgment, but no actual judgment. Okay. We would see like the tops of the mountains, kind of, but really we wouldn't see much. I don't yawn anymore, I roar. Good for you. Good for you. Okay, details. Whenever someone yawns at you, so oh really is why I have a little less power lately. That makes sense. I don't yawn it. Oh, because I saw the red lettering and I thought Rafe said that. And I'm like, that's a very interesting thing to say, Rafe. After everything you've told me, would you not want to make Chris more powerful? You cannot have my power. That. Okay, now it's all making sense. Now it's all coming together. Good. Sheep Boy is keeping us safe. Making sure that Chris doesn't get too powerful. We don't need a powerful Chris. We don't need another powerful Chris. Or more. We don't need to give Chris more power either. Really. Think of what Chris would do with that power. And, and I've known Chris for a while, and I think he absolutely 100% would get corrupted by it. Fear not gym pump pic from push date incoming. Yippee! That's not what I asked for though. I wanted a squeeze. I wanted it in my hand, in my little mouse hand. That sounds so wrong. I need to stop saying it. I only read names aloud this morning, yeah. Time to yawn twice as much to supplement. Ah, very chaotic of you, Rafe. Unsurprising. I'd expect no less from you. Can just imagine people like just a yawn off, or just people yawning because they either want to or not yawning because they don't want to give Chris power. Such a mad kind of thing, at least to me. Surely it's mad to you all. Then again, I feel like you all tolerate a lot of very strange happenings. Tolerate and or encourage a lot of strange happenings. Um, Fair, but it's afternoon here, so it doesn't count. Good point. Good point. Wasn't there a TV show that threw you out if you yawned? I maybe. It wouldn't surprise me if there was, but I've never heard of it. Okay, so we're looking up now. So we get clouds from below. How a normal person would see a cloud if they were looking up at clouds. Oh, get in the soup. It's a cumulonimbus. Whoa! I don't know clouds. I should have done some research into clouds. I'm not gonna lie. For this comic, I probably should have done some research into clouds. Um, I remember watching Hamish and Andy do yawn races. Yeah, those are the good times. I miss them. Miss them being like having a show. Did I somehow manage to perfectly color pick the actual color of the sky again? I keep doing that with the clouds, and it's no, oh good. It's not it. Mostly covering a lot of the clouds, and it's kind of like with this, I can redefine the clouds that I wasn't super happy with the shape of. That being said, I'm kind of pretty happy with all their shapes. So that worked out. Uh, and they would yawn and see how far the yawn traveled through through people. Oh yeah, like skipping rocks, but like it was skipping yawns. Do you get to the cloud district very often? Ah, what am I saying? Of course you don't. Nazim, get the frick out of here, you. They are clouds. There are no wrong shapes. Yes, there's always a wrong shape for a cloud. Like this. That's not a right shape for a cloud. That's madness. And if we allow something like that to happen, we are no better than the animals. I might also add in the sun. I've seen a cloud like that. Presently, don't encourage him. What about a cloud like this? Um, I missed it. What was the shape? Was it lewd? No, it was a smiley face. You incorrigible, you incorrigible sort. Yep, that too. This one, I need to erase this one, because if I forget that it's here, then people are going to be like, oh, Roger, Rat Baby is based in the modern day. I need to get rid of it. It's not based in the modern day. It's a fantasy. It was super lewd. All cloud shapes have happened. Even this one. Hold on. Oh, oh my hood. It's gone. I'm no longer comfy. I always know when something has happened to my model because the hotkey includes the shift key, and so it'll like my cursor will do that, and I'm like, oh, something's happened. Something's happened with the model. I always know, and I always just quickly check. I'm like, oh, who am I? Who am I? The thing is, there are those planes that draw in the sky too. That's true. It's true. Oh yeah, then they have like the trail like that. I'm actually surprised by how good that ended up looking. Just the like the not precipitation, condensation trails. Guys, Rat Baby is not based in the modern day. That's a fairy. That's a fairy with magic condensation trails, I swear. What was I doing? Oh, I was adding the sun. I was drawing in the sun. I'm actually going to do it on its own layer. Because I've kind of got a sort of style for the sun to draw. It looks like this. Hee. Got little glasses because he's cool. Fairy with magic condensation trails. Yeah. Yeah. And people think it's what are they called? They're curse magic trails. The chemtrail plants that give us all the company's brainwashing frequencies to make us busy buy iPhones and Samsungs. I don't know why, but I knew Sheep Boy was going to be the one to suggest that. Yes, Rayflin would approve. Yes, 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 yes. Maybe that's slightly too bright of the sun. I know, ironic, right? This is a little too bright. It's not the right color anyway, or you know what I mean. Just got to saturate it a little bit. Somehow I drew that by hand, and it was like a perfect circle. Just wait until you hear about the sub trails. I don't want to know. I want to live in ignorance. Please, let me live in ignorance. Not really. I do want to know, but not about them. I don't care. It's madness. Yeah, it's just slightly too yellow. Not that I dislike yellow, but yeah, just too yellow. I'm stuck in ignorance. I thought you said you couldn't draw circles. I can't. It's all skew with down here because as you can see, it's not a circle. It's a little man with feet, and that's my secret. And no, tell me of the contrails. Damn it! No, behave. Okay, there we go. Yeah, a slightly just a slightly brighter, more saturated kind of color, I think is what I would prefer to go with on this. And then, those of you may not know it, but there are actually two suns. Um, in the world of Regale, there are two suns. One's just a smaller sun. Like a sun. It's the sun's sun, you know? You know what I mean? It's just a smaller sun. Slightly below. There's actually three suns. What type of sun? A little one. A littler one. A cumulonimbus. But as you can see him right here. Little one, little sun. Big papa sun. And then this is the kind of particular thing that I do with the sun as well. I split it. There's a sun behind our sun, and then there's a third sun behind that second one. Oh, okay. I believe that. No, but these two are in orbit of each other. These two suns, they orbit one another. But then I'm also just going to blur it just a little bit. And normally I'll do just a Gaussian blur. And then likely feather it out a little bit with the soft render brush. But in this fantasy world, the cataclysmic event took place that ended up splitting the sun in half. There were always two suns, but one of the suns was split in half. Because there are some guys, is the sun lewd? What? Our sun is a yellow dwarf. Did you decide what suns these two are? I wish I knew more about planetary objects or astronomical objects. Yes. No, not the sun is lewd. It's not. It's very well behaved. To answer your question presently, anytime I get like a space question, I know nothing. So I'm gonna say yes. You're currently my expert on suns. So tell me about them. Yellow dwarf. Astronomy, yes, not astrology. I thought so. I didn't think astrology was the one. It was the birth of my character, destroyed half the sun to burn his bright burning ego. Yeah, exactly. Crow already knows because I told him. I don't know, did you blur it? I added a Gaussian blur, but that's because it's the sun and I don't want it to look crisp. I don't want sharp lines for the sun because the sun shouldn't be in focus. Maybe Ray Flynn is nude up there. Maybe. Hold on. Let me check. Ray Flynn, you nude up there? Hold on. You nude up there? Looks like it. Looks like we got a nudie. Everything we are taught about astronomy isn't real anyway, Greymass. Remember the stories about the moon being made of cheese? And that people have tried to suppress? Yeah, that's true. I know that is true. No one can ever take that away from me. The moon is made of cheese. I hold on to my hopes. To this day. One of these days I'll get to the moon. I get to have all that cheese. Cheese to myself. People laughed at me. Because I believed. Believed in the cheese skies. Ah, the cheese. I hold out hope to this day that I will see the cheese horizon. I believed. Oh my god, that's fantastic. Presently, you can stay. You're out of my bad books. Joking. You're never in my bad books. Don't worry. Also, don't do anything cool. There's an ad running. But I love saying anytime someone says something funny, I love going, okay, I forgive you, and then like for no reason, you know. It's like, wait, what? Did I do so? Yeah, exactly. That's the response I was hoping for. No, I could never be mad at you. You seem very polite. Seem very well behaved and polite. I could never be angry at you. Okay, let's draw some moss. Dippity duppity boo. Switch out the color, make it like six thick. God damn, those emotes are cute. They are. There's some fantastic emotes. Those are Galactic Cats, aren't they? Like, yeah. I seen them a lot. I seized them a lot. They're fantastic. Also, don't recall much from when I took space science. I do want to try and dust off those cobwebs. Well, hey, if you ever do want to just what's the word I'm looking for? Remember, if you ever want to dust off those cobwebs, I will happily take, like, I will happily bring you on as a consultant on the comic. My space stuff, Noah. My consultant on space. Galactic Cat created them herself. That does not surprise me. Galactic Cat is very, very talented in the ways of the cute, adorable arts. It's very fitting. Space stuff. Yes, my head of space stuff. Head of space stuff for Rat Baby. Hope you like the title. It's an informal title, of course, but one that comes with a few perks. I mean, genuinely, if for people who do actually want to offer expertise on certain aspects of things, so that I can just, like, if you're willing for me to just ask you a bunch of maybe dumb questions, I'll happily put a credit in the comic as well, because I need all the help I can get for some things, you know. Because, like, I know some things about some things, but I don't know everything about everything. And there are gonna be, like, instances of things where I'm just gonna be completely out of my depth, and instead of learning a whole new thing every time I find something that I just don't know anything about, having experts and just people I can credit makes my life easier and better. I have a degree in physics. Science isn't real. Oh no! You better, you better get in your That's what I'm looking for. Application quick, before I have to take up Sheep Boy on his offer and fill Rat Baby with blatant misinformation. Oh god, I don't want to think about that. That makes me sad. Hey, Leafy. Hi, I tried to send a message, but I'm on a mobile and I think it glitched. Oh, that's okay. Good morning and good evening. How's it going? It's good. It's good. It's going well. How you doing? It's lovely to see you. Because I think, if I remember correctly, we may have jumped out as you joined in. So it's lovely to have you here. How you doing? Are you an expert on things? Are you a cloud expert? Because I need a cloud expert. I'm sure I could look up, like, a web page for what are these different kinds of clouds, but, like, I could just ask somebody. You know, rainbows, there isn't actually gold at the end of them? Absolute joke. What a waste of time. What? Are you kidding me? There's no gold at the end of rainbows? Ugh. We are living in the worst timeline. Tragic. Absolutely tragic. What a brutal existence. Well, I've just woken up here in the UK. But I think you're in the evening. I study music, so very much not of help. No, you never know. I would love to get insights into music, so you may, no matter what your field of expertise is, I may be annoying you in some at some point in time. Don't even worry about that. No one is safe. I will be asking questions of all. But oh, cool, the UK as well, nice. Yeah, it is evening here. It's just crossed over about 7 p.m. I do actually currently have a friend who's like a composer, and I actually commissioned them for some some theme music for various characters of this comic series. So you never know. I do actually love working with musicians because I'm genuinely so impressed by what they do. Because I did music for a little bit, nowhere near to the like complexity of what I see, but I have just the utmost respect for musicians. And I do love music as well. If like there's very few genres of music that I don't like. Um so I'm always taken aback by any and all music forms. That's cool. I maybe am a composer, but I'm in the final year of my degree, so still trying to learn it really. Ooh, that's super cool. Glad I brought that up then, because yeah, like, holy heck. No, that's awesome. Yeah, so the guy I work with, Mikey, is a composer, and he's done a few movies and things like that, as well as a few games as well. So I am deeply impressed by his compositional work and just the process that goes into composing. It's very, very fascinating. Yeah, but I can't draw to save my life. So this is like wild to me. Hey, that's good. We all have our own talents, right? So it's always fun to kind of mix and mesh, mesh with new people, right? It's a nice, lovely little opportunity. And that's what I really like about Twitch is that you get this opportunity to meet a bunch of people who are all from different kind of walks of life and have their own expertise and interests. And then you can use them for your own comic research and adaptation. Otherwise, I have to learn it, and God, I ain't doing that. I say as if I haven't already done like so much research and work on various different things or aspects of this comic. But it also just does make things so much easier when you have people who you know and can like you can trust to educate you and teach you all this kinds of stuff. All the things you don't know or don't have the time to learn. If you want to be responsible with your time, you just ask them a bunch of questions and then they take their, maybe 5, 10, 15, 100 years of experience and then you absorb it in words, but not to the same proficiency as them. But you still can pretend to know. Honestly, I wanted to write my own thing, but I never got around to it because of how cumbersome all the research seemed. I mean, yeah, it does really, it varies for sure. But I will admit, if you're making your own world, then the research is going to be massive. And I've said this a lot, but I don't really break down the sheer gravitas of what I mean when I say it. But I was writing on the comic for about a year prior to drawing and illustrating on it, and a lot of that year's worth of writing was just research, just pure research, and writing down ideas and building them out through through the research. And I learned or started learning Maori so that I could have an actual written language that wasn't based on English within the world. And then you would, as a writer or as someone who was inspired by other writers and things like that, you would just like you would learn about them and you'd be like, oh, cool, this should influence my writing. or how I even conduct research or go about research, and then as a result, you do that, and it becomes a slippery slope of becoming passionate about something that you have never done before. And for me, that was like languages and learning Maori as a language to use in the comic world became. Hold on. I'm writing. I can't write and talk. Became massively influential in the way that I work. Um, because the goblins' language, the language of Kaitiaki, and the language of the Katai people or Kaitai people, is based in Maori first, and not in English first. So I wanted English to be secondary in the world of Kaitiaki, and I wanted the world to seem alien to humans and humanoids. And so it leads to, like, yeah, going down this rabbit hole of research and learning things you didn't expect to learn. But it's so much work, not even gonna lie. It's like, if you are passionate about it, then 100% do it, because it's amazing as well. It's so much fun. So much fun to be passionate about stuff like that and to be passionate about work like that. But it is a lot of work, and it's a fun amount of work, but it's a lot as well. So I don't necessarily recommend it, but I also do. If you are interested in writing and creating, like doing world building, I 100% recommend just getting lost in it and going mental, like going crazy with it and being a little bit unhinged about it, because it's fun. It's fun to engage that kind of level of passion for something that maybe still feels a bit new. You know, write like you're crazy. It's a cool idea. Oh, thank you. It is fun. It's so much fun to do as well. I find it easy to have no passion, makes everything simple so you don't have to do anything. I mean, that also works too, sheep boy, yeah. If that's the way you want to go, then hey, that's what you gotta do. It's what you gotta does. But yeah, it's like my process for writing this series was like I started and I was like, okay, I need to build up the culture and develop the the world and the world building first. And I know who Ratchet is, and I know what Ratchet aims to achieve in terms of a storyline. I literally just watch Friends on repeat 24/7. Hey, if that's what you want to do, all power to you. Um, but yeah, and then I was like, how does the world facilitate what Ratchet does, or what Ratchet wants to do, or what? How does it limit him in what he wants to do, and things like that? Or how would the world limit him, and how would his antagonists kind of go about getting in the way, and what would their limitations be, and what would their, you know, strengths and things like that be with the culture of the world? Not even talking about them as characters, but like, how do they benefit? How do they not benefit? Things like that. And that slowly became just a big process as well, where it's like, what's the military of the world like? What's the religion of the world like? Is there a universal language? Things like that. And like, those are all questions that you almost kind of have to answer, whether you like it or not. Even if it's like, oh, they don't have it. There is no universal language, or there is a universal language and it's English or whatever. Like, you have to answer these questions. And that becomes a bit of a time sink, just thinking about them. Oh, they're gods in your world for a D&D kind of campaign, or are based in a D&D campaign. It's like, if there should probably be gods in the world, or if there aren't, were there? And it's like, how does that come into play? How does that affect the world? There are 100,000 questions that you need to answer before you can even start being like, what does Ratchet want to do in this world? So I did a lot of that. I did a lot of that for a while. Fill in some of these little dips. Because the next part of the cobweb work is to just cover most of this to a certain degree with other cobwebs, lighter ones. Hey, hello Rathy. Good luck with that stream. Remember that I love you, Goober. Hey, thank you. Have a lovely day. Um, and I will talk to you real soon. Hee hee. It's lovely to see you. But I hope you have a fantastic day, Rathy. Okay. Then we do the top rope, the top bridge part. Oh, all of that just sounds amazing. I get it though. Depending on what you're trying to make, requires different levels of research. Yeah, and it does very much come down to the whole the soft world building versus hard world building. So like with like Lord of the Rings, which is a world that was a lot of hard world building. Um and that's like basically like Tolkien made a language and a history of the world and then wrote the stories. So he had a universe that had a history and things like that. And then he kind of made Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. Um and then there's stuff like Spirited Away, which is a lot more soft world building where things aren't necessarily explained. Gotta go back to work, so I'll talk to you later. All good, all good. I will talk to you later. See you in a bit. Um, but yeah, with that, like with where in Spirited Away, where things aren't really explained, you kind of just need to accept that they exist and then move on. The story is front and center, whereas in a world of hard world building, the story is just a drop in the ocean of a series of other stories. Like the world exists beyond these stories and will almost in a sense like continue existing beyond these stories. Whereas with stuff like Spirited Away, the story is front and center. And there's no wrong way. Like, both are right. Both are great. But they're just different ways of world building. And with this comic, I did a lot of hard world building. Do I go filthy and say I did a lot of world building hard? And it's like, no, because I've been saying hard and soft world building. My brain went into the gutter. No, but so I did a lot of that hard world building where I kind of said Ratchet is not important to the world in a weird way. If you get what I mean. Like Ratchet is unimportant to the world. What is the world like? And so if I were to show you my Obsidian account, which is what I store all my information on, if I were to show you that account, you would see just a lot of you would see a timeline. So I've actually set up a timeline in Obsidian, which is why one of the reasons why I use Obsidian. It's so good for that. But the timeline starts long before Ratchet is even born. Obsidian. So Obsidian is an application that you can get for free, which is kind of like what's it called? Microsoft OneNote, but it is a completely free application where you can store a lot of information. You can link other information to external sources, but then also to other pages in the Obsidian. I might actually go through and like talk about it at some point, but yeah, and you can do like plot graphs and you can do plot graphics, so you can like see where each page is like linked to another page in this weird like cool little graphic. You can do canvases, which are basically like you can make plot points and like connect them to each other. It's really interesting. I've used that as a means to illustrate the timeline, so the timeline of the entire series, which includes stuff that exists both before and after Ratchet's story, which I really like. Like I really liked doing. So like I said, one of the things that I thought was really important was to write about the world before Ratchet existed in it. So like I have a history of Dogen. I have, a backstory to Dogen which may or may not be explored. I have a backstory of characters who are older than Ratchet that may or may not get explored, but just to give the world depth, I created these backstories for them. Or I created these histories. And some of those histories include like histories of the world, like how Kaitiaki was under the control of the overpowering army or empire of the world known as the Resonant. And then slowly but surely, the Resonant army and empire is losing its grip on Kaitiaki. And so we're now in a world where the goblins are slightly regaining control of their continent, of their home continent. But they don't know what it's going to entail. And stuff like, with like the history of magic. Where does magic come from in this world? What's affected by magic? Things like that. So I needed a place to store all that information. And I was recommended Obsidian, and I love it. You can't share it across platforms. So you can't share it across other computers unless you have a subscription. However, you can use it completely for free, and if you have it just on your hard drive, you can just store your Obsidian files on a hard drive, and then you can take it anywhere. So it's not actually a big loss. But yeah, I really like it as a tool for world building and writing, because you can basically make those like red ribbon plots that you see crazy people have. You see crazy like conspiracy theorists have, but in digital, which is very useful. Connect dots, connect two different themes and ideas together. It's kind of one of the ways I used to strongly hold tenuous threads together. So in this past year, a lot of my writing has been about tying up loose ends in the story and being like, okay, well, is this a plot hole? If it is, how do I fix it? And stuff like that. I'm not having any fun on TOS. No, that sucks. Sorry to hear that. I had an app like that on my phone ages ago. I can't remember what it's called, but it was very useful. Yeah, those kinds of apps are very, very useful for writing and world building, for sure. And I used OneNote a lot for a very long time, and I still like it, but I just don't use it for this kind of world building anymore. I needed something with just a little bit more oomph for what I was doing. So I kind of moved to Obsidian, and that's worked really well for me. And I have one last thing to do. The petals. Not petals. Leaves. They look like petals because they're pink and very pretty. And then we move on. We move on. And they're only flowing in one direction. I should save. Oh, I haven't saved in a while. Leaves are just another form of petal. You got a good point there. I don't disagree with you. But yeah, once they're past the tree, we actually don't see many petals. Because the wind ain't blowing that way. Oop. Put one there. That'll do it. Yeah, just very simple. The last thing I need to do is smoke. I'm gonna try it this way because we're getting it at a very weird sort of angle. I don't necessarily want to just send it so it leaves out of the top of frame, but that might be the easiest thing to do. Gonna take a smoke break, a little bit of a smoke break, yeah. Just have a bit of a smoker. Just quickly. While we're working on the smoke, very, very good. You can stay. You can stay, you're good value. And don't worry, because we're gonna make it opaque so you can still see the tree. Don't want to miss out on the sweet, sweet tree. Do that, because maybe not. What's the one I'm looking for? It's definitely not that one. Hold on a minute. It is just bright white, so could probably just do normal and then, yeah, duck down the opacity. Kinda can get away with that. Methinks. Don't tell proper artists. They'll be mad. Be mad that I'm trying to get away with art tricks. So mad. Oh. Get an actual proper artist in. Ooh, they're gonna be like, ooh, you can't do that, Grey Mass. And I'll be like, watch me. Watch me. We're done there. We're done there. On my way to Tattle. Don't tell. I mean, there's so many fantastic artists to choose from, and to be the perspective of tattling. But don't tell them. Just don't tell them. Gonna have a little bit of a water break as we prepare to do this final panel. What time is it? Oh my god, we got an hour, 20 minutes left. Damn, we did that quick. Did that pretty quick. Are you gonna tell me to slow down a little bit? Look up above my head. This is my face when people don't tell me I'm being too productive. Why are you not letting me know I'm being too productive? This is your fault. No, that's mean. I blame you. No. Some days I wish you'd be more productive. Damn. Why are you gonna do me like that? You can blame me. No, now I feel bad. I don't want to blame Sweet Baby Rafe. I blame Cryo. Got him. What? What? What you say to me? You little goblin? You little grub? Terrible miscalculation on your side. Time out. No, you can't time me out. I'm the boss. I'm the big cheese. You're just little cheese. Sweet baby Rafe will now take advantage of your beliefs. What? I'm sorry. What? I thought the moon was the big cheese. That is true. That's even bigger cheese. The moon is big. Not gonna lie. You got me there. I'm second biggest cheese. Other than I would assume cheese made by whales. That's probably pretty big cheese. Of all the cheeses, that one would be up there. He's burned down multiple villages this week alone. Damn. Sweet baby Rafe is a master manipulator. What can I say? I feel like that. So like, Sweet baby Rafe is a master manipulator. Okay, cool. That's a statement. The backup to that statement, he's burned down multiple villages this week alone. Interestingly enough, I love because it doesn't really support the manipulation thing because I feel like burning down multiple villages is more of an active um form of evil or not good as compared to manipulation, which is more indirect, if you know what I mean. Is like did Rafe manipulate the buildings to catch fire is my immediate thought. You know? You know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, evidently that evidence is very useful in knowing that Sweet Baby Rafe maybe not good, maybe not the best of peoples. However, it doesn't necessarily directly link to the whole it burned down a bunch of buildings. You know? You know what I'm saying? You picking up what I'm putting down? Because I feel like feel like I needed to say that in a sense. I might do a bit of adjusting on that nose. Just because I mean, it's right to a certain degree. There we go. Hey, Pops, how you doing? Morning. Good morning to you. For some reason, that explained it away in my head. Oh, like, oh dear, that's not good. That's not a good thing. Explained it away. So like, condoned it. Not condoned it. Encouraged. Doing well? I'm doing okay. I'm doing pretty good. Had a pretty rough start to the morning. Just wasn't feeling super good, but I'm feeling way better now, which is good. Oh, that's good. Yeah. Yeah, slowly but surely, just felt better throughout the day, which is just always good. I kind of like one thing I love is that I always kind of have I tried some cheese. I think that would help. You got a good point there, Pops. I think a bit of cheese would make my day a little bit better. I had cheese with my pasta, so it's probably why I'm feeling better. Uh, yeah. Yeah, I think that's what did it for me. Brought me back from the brink. Just a bit of ches. Oop. A cheesy mushroom pasta, which was very, very good. Exactly. Oh, wait. Mushroom and bacon. Yeah, so really good. Apologies, gang. I'm locking in. Locking in for a moment, drawing a tiny goblin. Oh, jeez. Okay. Break out. Even better. Yeah. My game's going nuts. Nice. Glad to hear it. That sounds perfect. Is that what you wanted? Is 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 that the response you were expecting or hoping for? Is that a good thing or a bad thing? I should probably ask that first before I congratulate you, because it may be a bad thing. Has to return to his head at some point, that pesky old ear. There we go. Is this my comic? It is. Yes. Hold on. Let me zoom out. Yeah. So this is currently page 2 of chapter 4 of my comic. So we're making some progress, but we've got a lot of like big pages to do for this chapter. Got a lot of big spaces to introduce and things like that. However, I have gotten the was very zoomed in on this. Have gotten the cover art done. I got that done today, and that ended up working out really, really well. And it was a nice, quick process, which, um, yeah, is great. I love when a process doesn't take very long to do. Or I get a sketch done really quickly. So I'm really happy with that. So that is this chapter. Gonna quickly save. And yeah, we're working on the final panel for this particular page. I can't explain my point. Fair enough. Currently, we have Ratchet still on Armella's shoulder. She's carrying him still because he is little. He is wee. Cannot be. He cannot walk. He cannot carry her. That is, to say the least. But yeah, we're getting a little bit of fun sweetness in this bit because we got little Ratchet waving to some other goblins, which I'm keen to draw. Taking a break from my work in progress, I posted it in the soup. Ooh, I can't wait. I think I'll finish it up tomorrow. The lines are nerve wracking at the moment. That's fair enough. Yeah, take your break, get a chance to kind of decompress, can come back to it tomorrow. You have all the time in the world to work on it. Never any rush. Art will be done when it is done. Art will be done when it be done. We don't rush it. But I am very keen to check it out in the soup. his belt is like here, then his his legs are a bit weirdly stumpy. So let's quickly get a bit of a reference. Oh, oh, sorry, Pops. Sorry, Pops. Let me take care of that. Let me help you. Oh, close that. Um, there you go, Pops. Must be a regular. That's rude. You're a regular. How dare it? How dare. I wish they taught us that in school. Yeah, take a break. Take a break, take it easy. Don't work on a portfolio for 2 years. Non-stop. It's what held me back from art for years, thinking that if I could finish quickly, then it wasn't worth. If I couldn't finish quickly, then it wasn't worth creating. Yeah, yeah. No, I get that. I get that. It's like if I couldn't finish a piece in at one sitting, then I wasn't. It wasn't worth doing. Like I think I was in this. I'm very similar boat. Maybe not the exact same boat, but a very very similar boat. You can explain your case now. Good. Then do so. Try your best. As I draw this ratchet butt. Yeah, that hits. Yeah. Oh yeah, I think we all can kind of um sympathize, recognize, relate. Is that I mean, I'm like never too beefy of an arm. Oh no, that's probably just about right. Come on. Yeah, there we go. It's maybe a bit beefy, but that's just because I've drawn Armella's arm so many times I can kind of recognize when I've maybe drawn it just a little bit too big. Nothing wrong with that, of course. Damn. Give me an idea for a sketch I may try. Ooh, nice. Do it. 100%. I encourage you and endorse it. If you're going to make an art, make it. It's good vibes, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, yeah, I would actually agree. The Twitch art community is insanely lovely. I was, yeah, so taken aback by how welcomed I was into a community I knew nothing about at first. It's insane. Uh, thank you. There's very, very few I've met I didn't like. Yeah. And pretty much, like, so far, everyone I've met in the art community has just been very lovely. Um, and Armella's got her back, you know. Should probably include that, anatomically speaking. Just for the anatomy. Ratchet's maybe kicking up his foot against her back. She probably doesn't mind. Except me, I'm a trash bag being. No! But overwhelming most are terrific. Yeah, yeah. Sweet Baby Rafe told Morgan that there was a dragon destroying villages and that he was scared to travel because of it, but he was the dragon destroying the villages. Ah, okay. That deserves a follow. Yeah, do it. Cryo deserves all the follows. Cryo's getting back into streaming too, so you're gonna get some good content out of it too. Also, I don't do art. Yeah, you do. You did Warhammer painting. That's art. He also would constantly travel, even though he said that. Even though he said that, and he lied to Morgan about not having a full dragon form. Nice, nice, nice. Warhammer. Yeah, Warhammer. Oh wait, no, it's not Warhammer minis. You son of a bitch. See, I told you. What? He hates me. What? Sorry, D&D minis. I I have no explanation for that. Doesn't even notice what I do. I know. They just look the same. The D&D minis, the Warhammer minis, they're just different plastic. And the D&D minis are better quality. Oh, yeah, I see some of those things, some of those, and thought they were really cool. I spent like 6 hours. Spent like 6 hours with me. What? Yeah, yeah, I did. Remember the pewter D&D minis? I do actually. Yeah. What faff? Too much work. Too much effort. I when I started playing D&D in Australia, we didn't like around about the time I started playing uh D&D or being interested in D&D, we didn't really like that Australia didn't have like stores that sold D&D minis, especially not in Canberra. So, I had to go to the Warhammer store for models. And that was like no offense to the Warhammer guys, but some of the worst experiences I've ever had were at the Warhammer store because it's just a it's just a room that made me so uncomfortable. Now my stream was crashing every 15 minutes, making me upsetty spaghetti. Yeah, interesting, better quality, but still the same thing. In a way, you also didn't don't have to build the D&D minis, so I would say also actually the D&D minis are cheaper, like far less expensive. But I have plans to fix that in the near future. Yippee! I'm glad. Just requires moving a whole fucking house. Yeah, moving the whole house. Yeah. Speaking of D&D, I made another bad D&D character. Love it. Good. Good. Don't make them good characters. Make only bad. Only bad D&D characters. We not endorse good ones. Give them flaws. And then, with those flaws, make them stand on them. That's the thing to do, I guess, nowadays. I have gnomes out of clay. Oh, that's good. You gotta just improvise. He's neutral good. Okay. Okay. Gotta yeah. Just gotta make models where you can. Save money. Have your character be a ghost. Have your character be invisible. Then you don't need a mini. You can use whatever you want. It doesn't have to be super fancy. Yeah, exactly. You can use popcorn kernels. You can use a blob of peanut butter if you want. I made a mostly unkillable full orc wizard. He was a necromancer. Damn. Chess pieces. Chess pieces. And lawful evil. Also good. Yes. Okay, where does Ratchet begin? Ratman begins. Because I probably should finish drawing him. Yo, the little rat guy. Where he begin? Where he begin? He begin where he begin. He begin at the start. Uh, I usually stick with a neutral as a baseline. That's fair. He had so many things to help him not drop to 0 HP. Yeah, and it being like an orc as well, you can just bump back up to 1, which is such a good thing for orcs. It reminds me of Road to El Dorado when the guys are coming up with their plans. I don't think I've had the follow up to commit to anything else. Sounds like a boss fight. I'm typically chaotic good. Nice. Nice, nice, nice. I have varied. Usually neutral. I'm usually pretty neutral as a character, as far as I'm concerned. Like, I like to just keep it neutral. so that I can kind of have a bit of fun, but then also still be good. I haven't played in several months, so lol, maybe someday again. Yeah, yeah. I'm currently taking a break from D&D while I search for a place to, like, search for a house. But I don't know, I like the peace and quiet. When someone's most morally grey choice they made playing, what's everyone's most morally grey choice they made playing any RPG? Oof, good question. Me actively looking for people to play D&D with constantly. Good luck in your search. Yes. Morally grey. I don't know. I'm grey mouse. I should have morally grey. Ratchet was always good. Like he always strived to do good. So he's not a good person to draw from for that. I had plenty of evil characters as well. Some of whom will appear actually in the comic. Because I kind of built and then filled out the world with D&D characters at first. So a lot of D&D. So a lot of the like characters who have dialogue and storyline may or may not have been characters I played or had as characters. Um, but yeah, I kind of like dipped and flip flopped between good and like neutral and evil. I never had a character who was devoutly good, I think, just because I found that to be a little bit boring for me. You're so morally grey that it seeps out of my fur. Exactly. I'm that morally grey. I am by definition morally grey. I don't know if this counts, but one time we brought this evil cleric out of town and killed him at our base area so his body wouldn't be found. He was a cultist trying to resurrect an evil god. My character stole his robe while he was still alive. Okay. I had to throw away a paladin for a one shot and to stop a cult ritual that was being stuck in a time loop. I used my big hammer to kill the kid before he could be sacrificed. Ah, right, that's pretty grim. Last session I was in, I jumped some bandits. Also, I thought we killed one of them, and then it turned out it was the other spouse. They were a couple hard luck cases. Guess they shouldn't have looked threatening. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Sorry about the typo. No, you're good. I will try and discern where I can, so don't worry about misspellings or typos. Thinking about it, one of my characters, a morally grey thing that they did was that they, while no, like, there was a character that he did not like and did not trust. And while the characters were kind of deliberating about something else entirely, so he was like, I don't think we should trust this guy. And they were like, we're not going to deal with this now. And they left. And while they were deliberating about something else, I think they were shopping at the time, he basically went back and killed the guy. Like, by himself. Plus to perception. Well, yeah, he just went back. And they were in like a world where it was like a floating island, so he just grabbed the guy and. Because as a monk, he was a grappling, pushing, like, crusher monk. So basically, he just grabbed the guy and threw him off the edge, and he was like, cool. Well, that is like that. There's that bridge burned, and now we're not going to be betrayed. And as it turns out, he was right. He was right. The guy was going to betray them, but he was dead before he could, so it didn't matter. Sounds like something I do in Skyrim. Absolutely, absolutely. I should probably make Ratchet's arm a little bit bigger because it's a little small there, but that is an easy fix. Oh, just ever so slightly bigger, just so it proportionally makes sense. BRB snack time. Yeah, enjoy your snack. Because I've kind of mostly made characters who had logical reasons for what they did. I mean, Ratchet was one of my characters, and Ratchet was very much a character who never went into anything without rhyme or reason. So, yeah, many of my characters have very similar traits in that respect. Just gonna stretch his arm out. Yeah, just stretch him out. So I make characters taller or shorter. Just stretch them a little bit. I think Tien was meant to be neutral good at the start, but after he got his voice taken away by that cult, he went neutral evil. I mean, that would do a lot to your psyche, realistically speaking. So, I don't know. I get it. I never made characters who did stuff out of kind of the desire for revenge. I had a character who sought revenge, but then I kind of quickly changed his storyline, or part of his storyline was to move on from his desire for revenge, because I find that revenge is, yeah, it's such a classic go-to sometimes that sometimes it does feel a little cliche, especially like because writing is kind of my top priority when it comes to D&D characters. So I want a nice, well-written, well-rounded character. All he wanted to do was sing to his flowers. Meanwhile, Tien was like, "Nah, the whole world's gonna burn now." Yeah, yeah. I don't know. For me, like, yeah, it's it's very much a matter of I want to make interesting, compelling characters. So I've made a lot more characters who are like psychopaths when I'm doing villainous kind of characters and things like that. But I never wanted to explore characters who were just random either. I liked characters who had kind of rhyme and reason and logic to their decisions. He was also inspired by a character from a movie who summoned a demon in the middle of his concert because his last one didn't sell out. Ah, that makes sense. That's a thing to do. Foreshortening do be weird. But I think I've got that there. So that's good. We've only got left arms. Left arms, yeah. Because we can't see ratchets from here. Maybe I'd do a cute little two-handed wavy wave for Ratchet, just so that we actually have, because it feels very one-sided. Ooh, ooh. Nox is my good boy. Yeah, I know Nox. I need uh, her sword. That's okay. That can wait. Gotta draw in the rest of her body. There we go. But he's still neutral good because I didn't want to hold the party back. That's fair. You still want kind of that movement and momentum with your characters. All the cool things must be done at this present time. No, presently. No cool things. No doing cool. That's not right. Oh, I'm so mad. Oh, no. See if I do that, and then thigh and leg. I kind of so sometimes there's just the right sort of momentum with the spacing of a leg. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but like sometimes you just know what they doubly angy. Yeah, ooh, I'm mad. So if they do something evil, he begrudgingly follows along because he decided that they're his and he needs to protect them from their bad choices. Yeah, yeah. Double angy. Yeah, exactly. You mess with the mouse, you get the double angy. You get the double angy, and then then there's no recovery. Double angy for double pissing me off. No, making an enemy of the mouse. It just makes me so happy for some reason. It's strange. No, you do you. So give her a bit of a more rounded boom. Just because I've drawn it. Hold on. Let's go back to the previous. Angie model is so precious. What? He's supposed to be there to look angry. Yeah, there's a bit more rounding to do. I'd rather get this right. That's pretty much it. Just a bit more rounding. TOS logged you out. Oh, shoot. That's not good. Too idle for too long. Oh dear. What are you doing? Getting distracted here. You gotta be in there. There we go. I also feel like that probably needs just a touch more space as well. Legs, especially walking legs, weird, man. Yeah, I wasn't having any fun. Maybe I'll roll my new D&D character and his rival NPC. Yeah, nice. Gotta keep busy. And I also need Aratohu there. Did I draw him? Oh, this is the wrong one. I didn't. That's something I'll need to fix later then. Then I will leave him as that is. We will fix when the time is right. It's like slowly but surely these things are coming together. However, I'm also recognizing things I would want to fix, want or need to fix. Add him to my characters I'll never get to play shelf. That's always adds in everyone's arsenal. Don't you worry. Everybody has a bunch of characters they never get to play. Make a comic. Then you may not get to play them, but you get to write for them. Get to see a story play out with them. That's what I'm doing. It's great. I'm a DM. I play all my characters. Yeah, that's true. There's a whole shelf. Yeah, I can't art. It's not as fun as the DM. Well, then you could just write a story. Don't have to be a comic. It could just be a story. There we go. It's a little bit small. Do what I do with everything that doesn't feel right. Thicker, broader. Probably also needs to go there as opposed to um, behind the bag. Needs to kind of go back behind Ratchet's leg more. What is... You're not wrong, but also eh. No, no eh. If you're interested in creating a narrative, then you create the narrative. I bring my characters in and roleplay them when it's necessary. Y'all, I'm literally a writer. I don't want to bog down the players in experiencing by forcing my DM PC on them. That's also fair enough. Writing a story is a DM without rolling. Yeah. I have multiple reoccurring NPCs like Ash the Merchant. She trades in rare items and magic, but only one group has discovered she's a silver dragon. That's cool. I love just sprinkling in a little silver dragon every now and then. Keep people on their toes. Am I forgetting anything? Maybe. I have Sinner, the Wandering Trader, Pat the Baker, Scion the Yuan-Ti, Rogue Assassin, Memphis, the Druid Mail Courier. I'm sure I put more in there. I like having NPCs I actually have backgrounds for. Yeah, well, you can make, it gives the world a bit more depth if you have characters who actually, like NPCs who actually have depth and background. His shop is Ash's Hoard. Nice. Don't laugh at this guy. He's got astigmatism. No laughing. Be nice to him. Me too. Yeah. No, he's wearing a mask. Something that bro sees all. He does. Yeah, exactly. He got that face. No, these are the silk spinners. A wizard cast true sight on him. No, he's wearing a mask. So as a little peek behind the curtain, this is one of the silk spinners. Ah, that's what they're wearing. Not a hood, but like kind of a hood. It's worse in my left eye. Ah, you poor thing. Silk spinner. A spinner. So. Do that much. He cursed to witness all things 2 seconds in the past. What? So he just has memory? He has a sense of deja vu about everything? Deja vu. Deja vu. got a rug there, so we'll just leave it there. Great, don't ever say that again. My brain malfunctioned both times. Nah, his vision delayed 2 seconds. Oh, that's even worse. Wait, you dislike Dujave? Deja vu! Dujave! Dujave. I know I've been here before. Wait a second, I feel like I'm getting a sense of Dujave. Can't put my finger on it though. Like Papa Paradisha from Steven Universe. I have to take your word for it. I have to take your word for it. Oh yeah, because hold on, you're gonna love this about about Peach Sapphire. Oh, that makes sense. I love Pad Pa Rat Shah. What the hell? Yeah, I may have led this, but one of the things I love about the silk spinners, ah, the little face. That the name because they need to see out somehow, and the eye holes are not eye holes, so they got a little open mouth space that they scream from. They don't actually scream from, but they could scream from it. They just don't. Finally, a silk spinner in canon. Sapphire has future vision, but hers is delayed, so she'll say what's about to happen after it's already happened. Oh. God, that sounds awful. Yeah, she can see the future after it happens. She's precious and we love her. Why do I have to Google tab? Why do I have a Google tab that says games for monster fuckers? Because we were talking about Monster Hunter. And you wanted to know if you could engage in proclivities with said monsters. That is not a hand. That is a foot at best. Grey Mouse, what the hell are you doing? Guy's got a gnarled hand. I like. It could literally be super simple. I'm just choosing not for it to be. There's a Cthulhu dating sim if that helps. Yeah, oh yeah. I don't know if it's my allergies or something else, but I've had no brain this whole week. Oh, you poor thing. It's only got 3 fingers. What a creepo. There you go. Nice and simple. Just keep it simple. Okay, buddy, I'm off to bed. Fair enough. Go get some sleep. I will probably keep going for a little while longer. It's like 9 p.m. and 31 degrees still. Yeah, ugh. It's gonna be a rough one. That's for sure. Um, beep. Terrible. Oh, right. It was fun for right up until you start playing it. Oh, it's like a fun idea, but it's not actually that fun in practice. Me when I played the Grunkle dating game for Gravity Falls, it's just not great. Ah, yeah. I'm weirdly not surprised in a way. Like, it's a shame, but I'm not surprised, weirdly enough. Got sausage on his back. He doesn't got a sausage on his back. Let me name myself Bill Cipher, cowards. Ow. No. If it's not canon, it's not canon. Get over it. No, I'm joking. He needs a pair of scissors. Don't be sad. I'm joking. I'm joking. That being said, I'd suggest that I love you, Colonel Sanders KFC dating sim because that's actually hilarious and good. Yeah, there's like effort in that one. But the multiplayer monster camps are the best I've played. I just used an anagram. Oh, fair enough. Now, there is also a lamp. There we go. It's been 30 minutes. Have some water. Chip Ibril is a great Bill Cipher switch 'em up. Fair enough. Okay, night. Get some sleep, Crow. Night, night. Sleep well. Take care of yourself. Thank you so much for being here. Lamps are illegal, Grey. No, they're not. No, they're not. Not in this world. Maybe in our world. Not this one. You just passed the law. Maybe in the real world. Not here. Not in Regale. You have no control over Regale law or legislation. You don't know shit about the Regale legal system. Don't even pretend to know. You can get. They're gonna sue you. They'll sue you mad for even impersonating it. Even pretending to know. Part of what part of what makes the Regale legal system so great is that it's impossible to understand. So then everyone gets what they need. Now I broke into Regale Parliament and changed the laws. Well, then you've already failed because there is no Regale Parliament. I talked about the Regale Empire. There's no Parliament. Were you crazy? He's white out on the Constitution. There is now. No. No. Don't even pretend. You know nothing of their ways. And also, worse still, is that, like, even if you did know of their ways, doesn't mean that you actually get legal precedent over them, because ultimately, many nations don't recognize any kind of ruling party established by the empire. You're just saying stuff. You're just saying stuff. Pretending is all I have, I know. And without it, you have nothing. You got nothing on me. Anyway, you got nothing on the Regale legal system, that's for sure. It's brutal. It's brutal and kind of messed up in some senses. Because one of their ways of dealing with, and like this is something I talk about, one of their ways of dealing with criminals is that they curse them. Is it bad that I would worship this little guy? Which one? These little guys? The silk spinners? The silk spinners are great. they're kind of a Katyanki cult, but one like not cult, religion. Specifically the one with the mask. They'll both have masks. Um I mean I could put slits into the eyes, but I don't want to. I'm making a cult with that one guy as my god. This is Jeff. And this is Gonzalo. Cult. Oh no, I mentioned cult and presently returned. So yeah, so Jeff and Gonzalo, they're just two silk spinners. It's good work. It's good work if you can get it. Busy work for sure. Very busy work, but good work for sure. It's it's in Kat. So like I'm actually like explaining some of the backstory, but in Katyaki culture, silk spinners are actually very highly regarded. Uh, and for the most part, they work to they work for one of three potential great creatures. Jeff. That's canon now. It's Jeff and Gonzalo. However, yeah, so they're one of three different sects of a religion known for caring for and being the custodians of a great speaker, a creature that speaks the words of the gods or has direct contact with the gods in various strange and hard to explain ways, or at least hard to explain from the Empire's perspective. So they don't understand this very well. However, it's deep seated within Kaitiaki culture that these great creatures are friendly and often provide for the the Katai people, as long as they provide, something in turn. And depending on which great creature it is, they will require different things and also provide different things in turn. Does Gonzalo like Gorgonzola? He loves Gorgonzola, I would assume. I can share my pizza with them. Nice. They would like that. Because they're just goblins. They're goblins like Ratchet, you know? What? um yeah, so they're just like Ratchet in many senses of the word. But these particular individuals are very heavily tied to the religion of the land. And so these particular guys, Gonzalo and Jeff, serve the great speaker of this particular prophet tree. Goblins just gobbling up some pizza. They would love that. Goblins who are in love. These two might be in love. We can't know for certain. But and I won't speak on their behalf either, because ultimately they're not I'm sorry to break it to you guys, but they're not important. They're just two goblins gobbling it up, you know? Gobbling up the limelight right now, am I right, guys? I already ship it grey, you can't stop me. I mean, you're welcome to stop me, but if I said but if I said now because you ship them, I made it so that they're actually both um, asexual, then you're directly to blame for killing their love. No, I'm joking. I'm not going to say anything on that behalf because I haven't written it specifically, so I wouldn't actually want to um, just say, oh yeah, they're together. We also can't see them, so we actually have no idea what kind of coupling they are. Could both be boys, could both be girls, could both be hedgehogs. We don't know. I've left it all very vague. Mason, I can fall in love. Oh yeah, that's true. And yeah, what I'm saying is that there's too much left up to interpretation with these two because they don't have voice lines, and they aren't really characters. They're just two guys walking past, or just two beans walking past. I'm not even gonna say guys because we don't know that for certain. Is this is this Sonic? It is Sonic. You know what? Because you seem so content and happy with it. You know what, Gonzalo? Actually, to be fair, Gonzalo and Jeff have pretty leading names, right? So we know who Gonzalo and Jeff are. And that's okay. This is the last we will see of them, of course, but we can still think about them. Gosh, Gray, why are you going to be like that? Alienating a minority? No! Why would you say that? No! No, I was just about to say, yes, let's make them in love. You know what? Yeah, let's make them a couple. I think that, realistically, that's actually okay. Or makes sense. Because they're working together. You get plenty of couplings from. I mean, you shouldn't, but you do get plenty of couplings from working together. Gonzalo and Jeff. Make it so. Shamed me into doing it. No, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. Here's the thing, it's so harmless. So yeah, make it so. Make it canon. May as well, right? It's so like, because the thing is, for me personally, I wouldn't want to like change the sexuality of a character just like if well, for me personally, this is where I'm coming from because ultimately sexuality is so unimportant to what makes a character a character. It doesn't define them. So a lot of the time I write their sexuality out and then I just leave it. And then it never really comes up. But if it's non-named characters, I think that's totally fine. Because I haven't predestined them for anything. There are certain relationships in this series that are going to be important to the story, but more often than not, it just doesn't fit my writing style. So it never kind of comes up. Yeah, it's quite common because of frequent proximity. Yeah, exactly. And I think in that sense, I am keen to make that a little fan thing, just to appease fans. Yeah, I wouldn't want to do something just to appease fans. I like, in terms of this entire story, it's already written and I know how it ends. And the way it ends, some people may not enjoy, some people will love. And that's totally okay. I'm happy to live with that. But I think, and this is kind of where my point in it is that I feel like if I change my story to appease fans, then they don't get the genuine story in the end. And so as a result, they don't get the true, genuine story anymore. Like, no one does. So you deprive your audience of the actual story if you just change things to appease fans. And so it's why I'm always very hesitant about fan feedback, I think, with stuff like this. There we go. I need to add in the cell shading, but I like them. I like them. Speaking of romance, I think my ex is super mad at me, and I like totally understand why he would be mad, but he's not communicating and just being super dismissive whenever I talk in the same space he's in. Oh, okay. That is very unhealthy. It's a very unhealthy way to deal with problems in it. I'm sorry to hear that. They are adorable. I'm very happy. Happy with them. Gonzalo and Jeff. I kind of want to do something now to link them up, but I can't think of anything right now, so I'll figure it out. They're carrying a bit of fabric together, which is nice, which is romantic. In it, going on a date to carry some fabric from point A to point B. Like, if he wants space, that's fine by me. But don't take your anger out on me for no reason. Yeah, that's not healthy. That's not a healthy thing to do. Hold on. think I could probably. That was it. Oh, cool. All right. Getting close to quitting time. I'm gonna actually need to look up Jeff and Gonzalo in Cat Eye because, well, actually, here's the thing. Um, I do like a subtle implication though, so I wouldn't mind. I might write their names out for each other in Cat Eye. That might be a way for people to learn Cat Eye or figure out Cat Eye, figure out the secret language I've written. That's kind of cute. I don't mind that. Before you go, can I ask a question? Always. Yeah. I have this tradition in one of my books where each character's in a relationship will exchange a piece of fabric from the wedding outfit and patch it on. Oh, that's cute. Have I checked out the soup? I haven't. Let me quickly jump. Oh, there's a lot going on. Well, I got time. Ooh. I have not checked out the soup, but I'm looking at it now, and I love what you've done. I mean, I love how you've captured the sunset as well in such a stylistic way. Take a little moment to actually look at my community, have a cheeky peek. Before we have to go. We got about 15 minutes, so we got time. We got time to look at some beautiful art by y'alls. It was so fun. I haven't worked with color in ages. I that You could have fooled me because, like, genuinely, your use of color is so comes across so naturally. It looks like from a distance. It You capture like the flow and movement of like a sunset or a cloudy sunny day, like a cloudy sunset evening, so well, and the use of like different swirling colors really adds some majestic kind of color to it. I'm really impressed that like you've done it in such a, I don't want to say such an efficient way because like it is efficient, but it's like it's such a, you know exactly what you're doing and you can get to it so directly, or you can express it so directly that it is such a fantastic ability that you have with that use of color and use of shape. Because sometimes if you just get the right shape, then you know exactly what this is gonna look like in so few like lines or brush strokes or anything like that. So you've really done some fantastic work with that. And also I love a good like silhouette as well. And you've captured like a nice, like shaded rooftop perspective. Such a fantastic classic look. But thank you for reminding me as well to do that because I feel like I could have kept going with the art and then just forgotten, and I would have been very disappointed in myself then. I would have been very disappointed that I didn't get to look at that on stream for sure. Thank you for sharing that because that is so cool. And I've got a sunset eventually coming up in the story, so I have to take what I've seen there, actually draw on it because I haven't drawn a sunset in the series in a while. So I'm very much out of practice because there's an art to it, there's a talent to it. Yeah, it's frustrated about not being able to find my brand of chicken nuggets because they added 4 extra spaces for dino nuggets, and I mentioned I hated dino nuggets. Without letting me give context to the group chat, he immediately responded with, "Okay, good for you." That's pretty rude. I want to work on so many different ways of doing basics again, so I can figure out what my own style is again. Oh, that's cool. like that's a really good way of doing that as well. I think jumping back to the basics and like the fundamentals. You know, we hear that word so many times, but yeah, working with the fundamentals to really iron out your style is such a good idea. I think I spent way too long kind of jumping from style to style before I realized that that was probably the better way of doing that, of developing a style, was that you kind of needed to go from the ground up and build out from the ground up because then it would give you form to work with. Um, a little less arch than that. That's okay. That's pretty okay. We don't have a lot of background to work with in these panels, so we just gonna do what we can there. You know, when you talk like fundamentals, are you working on the human form again? Because like for me, I always kind of put that off doing anatomy, even though it is actually deeply important. It's such a faff sometimes, but it is an important faff. Oh, anatomy is so fun though. It can be fun, that's for sure. But sometimes when you're not into it, just ain't it. Used to being supportive and tell used to him being supportive and telling me I'm allowed to be upset over stuff, but being invalidated just isn't ain't it for me. Yeah, that's fair. That's not a nice feeling. Okay, we're back. My pen went weird for a moment. That was strange. Yeah, no, that's not okay. I think he just decided to take everything negative. I say personally, and it's like, yeah. If you want to like Dino Nuggets, you can. My dislike for it shouldn't impact your feelings. Yeah, no, it's that's definitely a bit strange and a very maladaptive kind of perspective and practice for sure. Feels wobbly. There we go. There we go. Yeah. Adding just little details because I know we got like 7 minutes left, so we're not finishing this panel today, but we always got tomorrow. So just adding some just little details. Oh, that's Super disappointed. Expected you to be done half a minute from now. Oh, that's not happening. That's madness. Takes me ages to do this stuff. You, you crazy? I do not work quick. I work slow and methodical. I am excessive when it comes to details. Think I'm getting stuff done quick. It took me 4 months to finish the first ever panel of this series. You crazy? Uh, yeah. Ages. Ages. It is long past since come to pass that it is my nature to do things really slow and methodical. 'Cause I'm mad. 'Cause I've gone crazy. Changed a lot last year and barely ever talked to me at all. Thanks for stream. Keeping me company while I do some lurking and working this morning. Gotta head out. Are you live every day? I'm live most days. I'm live Tuesday. Australia's Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Sunday. So I am not here on Wednesday and Saturday. It almost feels like it's now easier for me to say what days I'm not live. So I'm live all day, all days but two. Hope that helps. But my pleasure, and thank you so much for being here. I really appreciated your presence. It was very, very good. I look forward to seeing you again. I keep forgetting that's not the end of the panel. So, just throwing lines into the tent. Not good. All days, every days, but two. Yeah. It's great. See you soon. See you soon. I'll catch you next time. Arnie liked my story. Yippee! That's pointless. Oh, but actually, good news about this is that it's probably going to be done next stream as well, because I've got 2 looms to draw, and then we're done. However, we got about 4 minutes, so I don't think I'm going to finish these 2 looms. But I can show you what the next page has to offer. So as you can see, I'm going to just walk through what we have in the next few pages, if that's alright. And if it's not, tough. Because I'm going to show you. But basically, you get to see Jeff one more time. As Ratchet looks in, we get to see the furnace in all its glory. I need to redesign this person, because this is a silk spinner. This is another silk spinner, but they don't look like this anymore. This was the original design where they had like a half cowl or a half mask. And basically you get to see one of the silk spinners spin some silk. And then put it up as a little tapestry or a little fabric, and then some of it rolled up. So that's the next page, essentially, is what we're doing. I love that Gonzalo kind of looks like he's confused. He doesn't actually know where these people are that they're waving to. So he's just waving off to the ether. This is directed a wave towards the camera, almost. But it'll make more sense once we add some shadows. So what he naught. But yeah, we've got some looms. Because in this world, they heat the silk before weaving it. For what reason? We don't know. Maybe we'll know. One of these days I'm going to commission Gray to draw Jeff and Gonzalo eating at the rooftop diner. That'd be cute. I wouldn't mind just adding that in, honestly. If we have a scene where they're at the rooftop diner, I might just throw them in the background. Do they also heat it before they wear it? Before I wear it? They can do. They can pop it in the microwave for you. That'd be super cute. I could always add that. You won't recognize them though, because they won't be wearing their masks. Gonzalo, Jeff. Oh yeah, Jeff is the loud one. Gonzalo's more like they're a little bit jumpy. So Jeff's got to be really assertive. That's how they met. Actually, they met at work, but they got to know each other because Jeff ordered pickles for Gonzalo's burger, or ordered them to not be on the burger. Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, they would be out of their work clothes. Yeah, exactly. So there'll be two goblins. There will be two goblins, and I'll point them out. I'll point them out. Don't worry. They're not gonna be. Um, they're not gonna be too recognizable, I guess, but maybe they will be. Well, actually, recognizable is a funny word in that sentence because we're not gonna recognize them. We'll know it's them because I will tell you it's them. However, we won't recognize them. I'll tell you what I tell my nana every day. You can't hide anything from me. Well, fair. I will try not to hide anything from your nana. I've hidden plenty of things from you all, though. There are plenty of things in this comic that y'all haven't noticed yet. Because you can't notice it yet. Because you don't got the context. From now on, we're just gonna ask, is that Jeff and Gonzalo? Yeah, I get that. I suspected as much. You get to ask that once. Then you get banned. No, I'll say I'll include them in if we get a rooftop bar scene, then they will be added. Actually, I do know of a rooftop bar scene that will happen, so they will be re-added. They will return in Endgame. Don't worry. However, I cannot promise they will be consistently reappearing. I need room for other lovers. I need room in this story for other lovers and other love stories to unfold. And like also the actual story that needs to unfold too at some point. Once per stream. No, 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 once per stream. Once. Ever. And I mean that like 10 years from now. If you ask me then, I'm like, cool, that's your one. For now on, we're just gonna how to get banned. Need room for other lovers. We need room for other love stories. We actually like there are a few other love stories that are more front and center that I will actually need time for. As long as I can have one cute picture, I'm happy. You will get one cute picture. You'll get more than one. I feel like there are gonna be plenty of nice, cute scenes. We're gonna see romance play out a little bit, even though I'm not like. For me, it's like I don't think romance is always like a front and center thing. However, it's also nice. So I'm not gonna not include it just because I don't think it necessarily benefits the plot. If you know what I mean. Thank you for the pits. But I'm not gonna, yeah, not gonna just keep it out just because I don't think it serves the plot. You know, there will be some, there will be some lovely bits. I'm a heavy romance person. That's nice. That's a nice thing. Like in person, yeah, I am. I like romance, but for story writing, I'm not. I'm not gonna just add a romance plot point just because I want there to be one. There will be like chemistry between characters that you don't see in a romance necessarily blossom right away. I'm gonna be doing a lot of slow burn for some relationships, but then also on top of that, you may not see the end result of some relationships just because it doesn't serve the plot. But even I don't go nuts on it in my stories with it. Yeah, exactly. You get it. You get it. Speaking of not going nuts, we're probably gonna have to end stream tonight. For tonight, forever. No, just for tonight. Cause I gotta go. I got work tomorrow. Gotta say goodbye to Jeff and Gonzalo. Ah, chemistry. Exactly. You can't spell chemistry without mystery. Get rid of that. Hold on. Oh, that was weird. Sorry, I was put into a weird menu. And I didn't understand for a moment. Chapter 4, page 2. Replace. 100%. So they go out of the way. Hold on. Let me actually export that and then I'll look at what you were saying to me. One of my favorite relationships involves love at first sight between two characters who don't believe in that and they don't want to force the relationship on the other. That I like. I like that a lot too. So they go out of their way to avoid romantic situations. Yeah, that I can understand, and I do like that as a kind of story beat. I may have included something very similar to that in this. Those ones are great. Obviously, it doesn't work for them. Yeah. Oh yeah. No, it's inevitable when you have true romance. You can't avoid it. It may be a character who is important to the plot. Maybe two characters who are important to the plot who have this romance that maybe they don't want to be on the surface. I'll tell you that. Since you like the romance, I'll tell you. There are characters who have a romantic involvement that they don't necessarily want to nurture at first because of the seriousness of what they do and their work and everything like that. Hold on, let me just quickly grab the link for that. In future, would it be okay if I ask for your input on my art pieces? There's a particular one that I've been wanting to make for someone, but I want it to be perfect. I would be very happy to provide insight and input. I would be more than happy to. Like, don't even worry. If you need me to be critical, let me know. If you need me to kind of look over it and give my input, I'm more than happy to do that. Yeah, just if you want, if it's easiest for you, feel free to just post it in the Discord and ask. Or if you don't want to necessarily share it with the community but want to just check in with me, feel free to DM me as well on Discord. That is totally okay. If you're looking to get some input, I'm more than happy to do that. I put perfect in quotes because I know it's not realistic. I respect that. I respect that very much. I totally get that. Perfect is an unachievable desire, but it'd be nice to get close to it, you know, to get pretty close to it. It's my pleasure presently. I'm more than happy to help out a fellow artist. So yeah, don't even worry about it. Let me like I know in my rules, in my stream rules, it's like don't DM me. If it's for stuff like this, if you ask me beforehand, I'll let you know. If you can DM me, so you're welcome to DM me if you don't feel comfortable sharing that art. But yeah, I would love to look look at the arts. I'm always very happy to. Okay, now let's raid out before I completely lose my voice. Who's live tonight? Luna Blom, but we raided them last time, so we won't do that again tonight. Oh no, an ad starts in 3 minutes. We gotta get out of here. We gotta move. Shaggity's live, Grammy's fashion. Interesting. Um, Jelly. Ooh, it's been a while since I've rated Jelly. I think I might go say hi to Jelly. Yeah, let's do it. Um, Thank you. Enjoy the rest of your time zone. Grandma's is live, raid him before his stream ends. No, it's terrible to raid someone before their stream ends because then they hold off going and going to the bathroom or sleeping. We can't do that to them. Don't cheeky eyebrows me. We're gonna raid to Jelly. Jelly is great. We love Jelly. They love goblins, so we have to provide them with good goblin stuff and good goblin love and hearts. So yes, thank you all so much for being here. I will see you all when I see you next. Go be the rainbow in somebody else's day, because you've done more than enough here. Goblin core. I will see you all when I see you next. Alright, bye. Get out of here, you cheeky sods.